a bit after 5:30 and we're just packing up our bags in the shelter, boiled the kettle, and there's some hot 2 cups with 2 cups of tea, 2 tea bags on that table, and we're going to have a cup of tea and a leisurely start to the day because we haven't got a long day today. It's only about 13 miles, but it's freezing cold, but it's going to be a sunny and warm day today, so it's all good. It's lovely waking up in the woods as the day wakes. That's the long drop there. Not bad. No door. It's just you and the wildlife. "6:15 and we're on our way. It's a bit brisk. I think it's about 10 degrees Celsius. I can translate that to Fahrenheit. But the forecasts say it's going to be a beautiful day today. So we are looking forward to that. Joe's got his shorts on. In fact, he's completely given up wearing trousers. He never wears trousers at home, much at home anyway. But we might get a sunrise peeking through the trees if we're lucky. The mornings are getting lighter so much quicker now, and the evenings are longer, and it's not so cold, and it's happening really quickly. When you're outside and living outside and walking outside all of the time, you really notice the change in the season because you're in amongst it. The climb up to Pulpit Rock is no joke. It's less of a hill and more a pile of large boulders. But I'm going to carry on up there. I'm sure the view will be magnificent. I've made it to the top of Pulpit Rock. Of course, I didn't start filming until I'd stopped panting. But there's someone here, so I'll be careful with my filming. But it looks like a magnificent place to start the day. What is proving to be a morning of beautiful views. I'm coming out to the Pinnacle. I have to put my phone down because it's beautiful views, but monster boulders to get there. I'll report back. Yep. More beautiful views. And places to stand out and just wonder at the gorgeousness of this. Oh, that is lovely. After a morning of clambering and climbing up big rocks and boulders to catch the pulpit at sunrise, and then further on around to see the pinnacles and the glorious views, we dropped down into a beautiful valley with a creek, a soft path and lovely green trees. And it was there, along that quiet, soft path, that the trail name that Bridget will now go by was created.
Hello everyone. Well, it's day 16 for us, and we broke up camp pretty early and headed out. Went straight into a big climb and up to the Pinnacles Rocks. No, it wasn't Pinnacles Rocks, it was the Pulpit Rocks. Stunning, absolutely stunning. Good climb, but the view up there was really, really cool. And as you know, we've been having this issue in trying to find a trail name for Bridget. And there's a saying, don't fret, the trail will provide. Well, today, I'm pleased to announce that the trail, the AT, provided. Not another hiker, it was the trail itself which came up with the name. Which is pretty cool. I shall reveal more later on. Oh, who goes there? It's Flash. Hi, Flash. How long?
Are you talking to me?
I think I'm talking to you, Flash. We shall talk about this later.
Don't panic. It's just a bit of plastic that Charge has got poking into his back. That he wants to get rid of because it's being really annoying. And also because we're not wearing all of our clothing at the moment. It's a beautiful day. Charge is wearing a t-shirt. I'm wearing a t-shirt. So any small sharp bits, you can feel them now. "12 miles before 12 o'clock.
Hey, Bridget.
Hello.
Doing a bit of rock climbing today.
So much rock scrambling.
Good fun, eh?
It is good fun. "16 miles today, and we decided that we would stay in the shelter here on Hawk Mountain. There's beautiful hawks that are just that they're flying above us, obviously riding the thermals. But let me show you what this shelter looks like with all our gear all set up inside. So we've come up inside, and this is the Allentown shelter. Oh, I need to try that step again because I failed the first time. There's a little chessboard on the wall. And what we've done is they're obviously bunks. So we've both blown up our sleeping pads. And Joe's taken the bottom bunk, well, the floor, and I've got the top bunk. And we've hung our backpacks because, well, it gets them off the floor, but it also makes sure that if there are any mice, they can't get got. And at every shelter, I don't know if you can see it in there, there is a logbook. And so what we do is that people will sign the logbook and just say that they were there. So every time I come to a shelter, I quickly read the logbook to see if anyone I know has been there. That's our view outside. It's sort of early mid-afternoon, mid to late afternoon now. We've got a fire pit there. We may or may not have a fire. We had a beautiful fire last night. And Joe's over there on the table. And at the moment, he's looking at the details of the walk for tomorrow, looking at distances, looking at terrain and all that kind of stuff. And we're just working out what we're going to do. And that grey bag and that blue bag are our food bags. So basically, we're just sitting here eating, to be quite honest. Lots of eating. Any idea what the time is, Joe?
6:22.
6:22. We're all tucked up in bed.
Yeah.
Oh well. a later start this morning because 2 miles away there's a store that we've been thinking about for a couple of days that does lovely sandwiches and fresh food, but it doesn't open till 8 a.m. So Joe and I have left camp about 7:15 and we are heading down to Allentown, I think it is, to get ourselves a sandwich and anything else that we can lay our hands on because we're pretty hungry. We had a pretty good sleep last night. There was a gentleman called Coach who came in a bit later from Miami, who's section hiking the AT bit by bit, and it was interesting to talk to him. But yeah, really hungry, desperately want a sandwich. So it turned out the store that we thought that we were going to go to for a nice sandwich was actually going to be some considerable walk from the trailhead. And given that it's Saturday and Easter weekend, it's kind of early and there's no cars around, the chances of getting a hitch into town were slim to none. So I've eaten my Belvita biscuit with peanut butter to fill the aching void in my tummy, and we're just going to soldier on. I think there are some options coming up. I know in the next few hours there's a restaurant that we can go to and grab something to eat, so we're just going to keep walking and see what happens. Hey little dear. Boo, I can see you. He's thinking about it. Oh, there he goes. White tail and all. Oh, there's one a lot closer than that though. They've got very white fluffy bottoms. I'm sure the deer at home aren't anywhere near as fluffy as this. Oh. So this morning's trail, we've come down from along there, but from the sublime to the ridiculous, we're climbing along there.
Hey, look at that. Look up there.
Oh, it gets worse apparently. I'm just passing the message on. Best I put my phone down then. Seriously? Oh, that looks hard. Anyway, let's go. Good morning, Joe.
Hi, Flash.
Hey, Charge. We haven't told that story yet, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we shall. But they said it was going to be a little bit rocky in Pennsylvania. Holy smoke.
Holy smoke. Sure is a pretty view, though.
It's stunning. Look out there.
Really gorgeous. So, the only constant in our plans is change. What's our plan at the moment? That's only if you can hear my voice over the sound of my stomach grumbling.
I'm trying to work out our plans, Bridget. We're charging north.
Okay, that's pretty straightforward. I mean, let's just do that for a bit longer. See what happens. We've made ourselves comfy at the baked knob shelter, which is kind of cool because can you see up there the hawks that fly around in the sky here? Anyway, baked knob shelter, which I'm not going to lie has been pretty brutal 10 miles since Hawk Mountain. some serious hills and some serious climbing. Funny little shelter. I'm not even sure if there is a long drop, aka privy, but it's a heck of a scramble to get here over big rocks, little rocks, any kind of rock you can think of. And this is the shelter, which is rustic, very rustic. And when you come in and have a little look inside, there's this sort of slightly sloping floor that you could probably put, I don't know, a couple of sleeping bags in there if you wanted to sleep. And if we look around, the ever-present fire, which is just a sensational way to finish an evening, and down to the beautiful countryside of Pennsylvania, which we can't see a lot of from this position on the ridge. But it's time for some soup. It's getting pretty warm, and we're deciding now what it is that we're going to do. We've got a couple of options. I think probably what we're going to do is we're going to book a shuttle, get someone to come and pick us up and take us to one of 3 towns. We really need some food. We need a shower, and we just smell musty. All our clothes need a really good wash. It doesn't mean taking a day off the trail. We could be back on again tomorrow. We just need to get off momentarily, and we need to get some more food. My foot's still really sore. I wrenched it a couple of days ago. I'm working on Voltaren this morning. Joe's got a sore foot. He's on Voltaren as well, but we're hobbling along and doing well. So we made a plan and we're executing it at the moment. I called a shuttle service called Farmer Phil, who operates in this area, and Farmer Phil is coming to pick us up and taking us to Bert's Steakhouse in Palmerton. Apart from the fact they have steaks and burgers, we're starving. They've also got a bunk room down the back where you can stay and you can do laundry and have hot showers. So we're going to get a ride to Palmerton. We're going to eat first. We've already discussed it. Eat first, laundry second, and then eat again. So that's the plan for today. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do tomorrow. We'll clearly carry on, but we're feeling really good about finishing up only at just over 12 miles. It's been a pretty hard 12 miles today. My foot's still a bit sore, and we'll press on and rack up a few more miles tomorrow. So this is me and Joe on Easter Sunday. We came to Palmerton yesterday. My foot's a bit sore and we're getting low on food, so we decided to do a night in a shelter, which interestingly is in the back of Bert's Steakhouse. So Joe and I are wandering back down to our little hostel, I should say, down the back of Bert's Steakhouse, where there's bunks for 5 people, and we're in fact staying for 2 nights. There's absolutely nothing open on Easter Sunday in Palmerton, and it was going to be really hard for us to get a ride back to the trail with a shuttle today because everyone's going to church and doing family stuff on Easter Day. So instead, Joe and I just went for a quick wander to see if we could find ourselves anything to eat. We couldn't, but we have been to the supermarket last night, so we do have trail food, which there is a very good chance that Joe's going to be cracking out the pocket rocket stove, boiling up some water, making us a cup of tea in the car park, and we might just eat our usual trail breakfast biscuits. So this is going into, at Bert's if I come back over here, the white door is the bathroom, and beneath it is a door to it where you can go and do your laundry. And if we come back here and I come into the door into where we're staying, very cozy. In the first room there's a fridge and bits and pieces. In the second room, it's a bit dark, there's not a lot of lighting. There's a sitting room, a television, and most importantly a bin for us to put all our rubbish and bits and bobs in. And in the bunk room, there's one bed there and another 2 bunks here. And we've been really cozy and really comfortable last night. Most importantly, we've been warm. Good morning, Joey.
Good morning, Bridget.
Day 18 on the trail, or off the trail, but you know, on the trail.
Yes, day off today. And they call that a zero.
And what are you up to?
Well, it's 9:45 a.m. and I'd like to have one of those.
A beer. Yes, indeed. We would have liked one of those yesterday.
Yeah, Easter Sunday. Everything's closed. I'm making gourmet coffee in my dear wife. And lucky we've got some fresh fruit, blueberries, blackberries, pineapple. We've just eaten some apple, and we've got some cheese and crackers without us having to jump in and start eating our trail food. So, I reckon we'd be able to get a dial of pizza though. I really do.
I like your optimism.
Yeah, you got it.
Just surveying the car park from the comfort of Bert's Steakhouse hostel. It started to snow. It's not ideal, but I'm glad I'm inside and not outside. It looks like I might be back wearing all of my clothes again tomorrow. 4:30, Easter Day. We've just had
Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza in Palmerton. I had a eggplant parm sub. I ate half of it because it was enormous.
And apparently I'm a regular customer.
Yeah, Joe's got a doppelganger in Palmerton.
Yeah.
So that was a great result because we thought that maybe we were going to have to eat protein bars and instant noodles or ramen. But no, we got pizza. So.
But hey, happy news. I went for a stroll this afternoon and I found a little beer store. They only sell beer. And so I grabbed a little 6-pack of cans, full 40ml of course. I don't think there's a drop left, but anyway.
So beer and pizza, we've had our day off and we'll be ready to hit the trail in the morning full of carbohydrates and actually packing out half the food that we ordered because it was so enormous. We couldn't eat it all.